beer, rum, and rock and roll.
The rum tastes good tonight, buddy.
The beer's not bad either.
Yeah, I'm not a beer guy. This is what the yin and the yang, the yin and the yang thing here is really clear.
See, that's dangerous for me.
Oh yeah, it's dangerous for
You'll
me
see
too.
Randy with no pants on, that kind of shit.
Really?
Oh, you got a man.
Like mentally, it challenges you.
Oh, dude. To quote Clint Eastwood, a man's got to know his limitations.
Wow.
Beer is just right.
You know, at Christmas I got a bottle of absinthe from a friend.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Done
and,
that once. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just remember somebody saying, or I remember that I couldn't put on a jacket. It was physically impossible for me.
Oh my God.
In my inebriated state to put my arm through a sleeve. Like, it was a challenge, and everybody's watching this. Everybody. And it was terrible.
Did you know they were watching? Probably not.
Oh, I'm not aware of
No.
it. I'm really trying hard to put my arm in a sleeve that I can't find on a jacket that has two of them.
I never really heard of it till Manson was going on and on about it. That was his
did he?
drink of choice, yeah.
Absinthe.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. Back to the rum.
Hey, before we get right into things, I just want to thank people for watching. Like, people are looking at it. And hey, who knew?
Thank you. Thank you for watching,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's awesome.
Oh, I have to do this. There's a guy by the name of Ben Jeffrey, who is the music director at CJ92, a classic rock station that I worked at. And we were friends, and he's been watching, and he said, move Malcolm closer. So I'm going to put him here for now.
Sure.
Just for a moment.
Jimmy's going to get jealous.
All right. Jimmy, you'll get your due. You'll get his due. He always gets his due. You know, never fails. Right on. Well,
Okay,
thanks.
man. I want to start with already there's been some concert announcements. People coming to town.
Right.
People coming to Calgary.
Right.
Judas Priest announced more dates, right?
Okay.
So why I want to bring this up is they're playing everywhere but here. Lethbridge, Edmonton, Saskatoon. But this is a good thing for me because then I don't have that fucking dilemma that I was going to have whether I should go or not because of no KK Downing and no Glenn Tipton. See, I don't have to make this decision now.
Right.
So I was relieved, actually.
Right. Oh, that's right, because you were, yeah.
You can't go on a rant and then go.
No, but you said that's how you say it. Oh, fuck it. I'm going to go anyways. Who's not in the band? Well, it doesn't matter. But now because they're not coming here.
Yeah.
And they're not coming here.
No, it's odd. Yeah. I thought that maybe they'd hit the casino or something, right?
Wow.
Like they're playing Rogers in Edmonton, which is the full 20,000 seat. There's no way they're selling that out.
Yeah.
And the other one was new dates, Rival Sons' new tour. But they're not, the closest they're coming is Vancouver.
Right.
And I love them, but I'm not flying to Vancouver to see Rival Sons. Maybe they'll come back around. Who knows, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and they're getting play, man. Like even I've heard it on local radio. Like if you even watch that, I mean, they're playing them. So they're becoming a name that's...
Oh, they're awesome.
Man, just good. Thank you.
The other one was Tea Party is playing Grey Eagle. Love the Tea Party.
Yeah.
3-piece. Jeff Martin is just
lots of noise.
Brilliant.
Didn't we go see him at the...
I've seen him
Flame
a bunch
Central
of
or
times.
something?
That's right.
Yeah.
Always worth a look.
Yeah. It's
New
just that they
album.
got style, this to style upon style in that kind of arrangement, you know?
Yeah.
And they make it work, man. And it's in any venue works, you know?
That first album, I remember, it's The Doors meets Zeppelin, which it was, but they definitely transgressed that. Ooh, that was a big word.
Right. Is
That
that a word? Look it up.
They grew past that, let's say.
Right.
Yeah. And then some. Like, they're awesome. The other one was Volbeat and Godsmack are playing the casino. Godsmack,
Together?
I'm not a Godsmack
See,
guy.
that's
yeah,
it.
together.
I go see Volbeat.
And I've seen them
Yeah.
already, and I do like their music a lot. What I don't like about that venue is when they have metal bands in there, they gas all the seats so they can fit more people in. So it's a flat free-for-all.
Hard to see the stage if you're small and
You can see the stage, but with people standing in front of you, like you're lucky to see. I want to see the guitar.
Yeah.
Like when I saw Megadeth there, I could hardly see Mustaine's guitar.
Right.
And I had to
'Cause
go right
they're
to
low. They're low. Yeah.
I had to go right to the back of the room. It's not ideal.
Right.
But if you want to, have some beers and go nuts, it's great. But I'm there to like watch because I'm old.
You're paying attention. Yeah.
I'm not moshing.
Yeah. My eyes are good for how long? You know what I mean? When is it going to become just a blur?
Oh, man. And another thing on my mind is this Mike Judge Tales from the Tour Bus series. Have you seen this?
Well, I've seen it.
And what do you think, man?
This is on HBO.
Yes, HBO Canada.
HBO Canada.
That's right.
Just a cool way to approach.
It is, right?
Okay, so the 2 seasons. The first season is country.
Yeah.
The second season is
funk.
Yeah. I started with the funk.
Yeah.
Because he had me at George Clinton, and I'm thinking, okay, Tales from the Tour Bus, George Clinton. Okay, let's start there. Right?
Yeah.
And, well, you explain how they do it because it's just so wicked.
You can tell it's shot for real. Like he does an intro on a bus, Mike Judge does, and then he throws to the show.
Right.
And it's interviews with the band members, managers, whoever's involved. Right? But they're all animated over. So you're watching a cartoon, basically. It's
of a real
really
interview.
Cool. And then they cut to real footage, too, of the bands performing and stuff. I think it's awesome.
I do, too. It's pretty captivating. And you use your own mind, your own theater of your imagination to see it how you want to see it rather than really presenting it in the way they wanted to. It's perfect.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. And it's a tight half hour each one.
Yeah.
So it's all the best stories about that
Well, they do
person.
2-parters too.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
James Brown, of course, gets 2 parts.
You can't.
If it's done well enough, whether it's a biopic or a documentary, you don't have to be into the artist. That's what I find.
Nope.
I don't have to be into it. It's done right. It's entertaining, man.
I know that I wasn't into Johnny Paycheck, and I know my wife certainly wasn't into Johnny Paycheck.
Right. But
She's
the
watching
stories.
This. I know. And you just can't believe it. You're going, there's no way that is going on. And
Paycheck shows up there.
Stories make a great show.
Oh, man.
Stories make a great show.
And they pick the juiciest ones, of course. The chaotic stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or Billy
some of it.
Billy Joe Shaver. I didn't know who that was.
Right.
Now I fucking do.
Yeah.
He's nuts.
And you'll never forget him. It's like,
oh my God.
What happened?
What
happened to my brain after I watched the show?
I wonder what the next series is going to be. Is it going to be metal? I mean, who knows, right? But so far, it's a home run every time.
Right. And what a great way to start without going to something so big like pop music or rock music. They went outside of that realm a bit, especially with something that they treated like they did.
Yes, and they weren't obvious choices either. Well, James Brown's pretty obvious. The funk one is a little more obvious, but the country one, they could have went, I don't know, Kenny Rogers or...
Well, Kenny had a past too.
True, but... You know what I mean?
But this is great that they did.
Johnny Paycheck?
Right.
I mean, he had one hit. I mean,
huge.
But the story.
Huge hit.
It's story
huge
first.
Hit.
Right?
Okay.
It's story first.
But huge hit.
Yeah.
You knew the name, you just knew nothing about him.
Yeah.
Now you get the latter.
We'll take this job and shove it. Who didn't love that song?
Wow. And every dad, growing up in the 70s would be just knew that song and would sing along no matter what they were doing. Power of music, man. Power of music.
And I'm glad Rick James got the nod because I love Rick James, even though he became just a lunatic. Like, I read his book, and yes, he really unraveled, and that's putting it mildly. But his music he's way more than super freak, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Way more. And he just got blackballed on MTV, which I did not get. They didn't play his stuff. They're playing Michael Jackson and Prince, and he's like, what the fuck?
That whole Eddie Murphy...
The party all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Huge hit.
Oh, yeah.
Massive. Hard to listen to, but huge hit.
Well, everything Eddie touched turned to gold, so they
somehow,
thought, why not put him in the studio?
Right. And he hooks up with Rick James, and oh man, if you watch some of those old comedian,
Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle, right? Watching some Chappelle with Eddie Murphy's brother, that character.
Yeah. I'm Rick James, bitch. Oh yeah. Oh, Rick James is awesome.
Oh. For sure.
Yeah.
And that
and the Mary Jane girls and
the
all
show
that.
The show is amazing.
Yeah.
Check it out on HBO, right? Like, yeah, you're going to love it. I think you would. You think you'd love it.
Yeah, it's really good. So I caught a pretty cool show a little while back. Tenacious D finally came to town. Are you
Have
familiar?
they not been here before?
Not to my knowledge. Are you familiar
Interesting.
with the D?
Oh, I love the D. Pick a Destiny was a very good film that you know what? I should watch that again. It's been a while
Oh,
since
it's a
I watched
classic,
it. It's
yeah.
a classic, but who didn't get caught up in
Oh,
their world
man.
when they released that record?
That first album.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You just quote it. You just kept quoting it. There's certain films and things and stuff that you quote.
Oh, it's quotable.
Oh, yeah.
It's an odd thing they do in a cool way. Like nobody does what they do.
Was it just the two of them or did they have the whole band?
So here's the deal.
Okay. This is a good question then.
And hey, if you don't, people who don't know, it's like they're majorly influenced by heavy metal, particularly Ronnie James Dio.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
That
The
stuff.
lyrics of this guy. Yeah.
And Jack Black is for real. Like he is a rock and metalhead, and it's clear.
It's honest. It's, and that's what makes it so powerful, right?
Very much so, yeah.
And why people just love it.
Yet it's ludicrous and hilarious at the same. Like the musicianship is through the roof, but the
Right.
lyrics are just insane, right? In a good way.
In a good way.
"Fuck Me Gently" is my personal favorite.
Earmuffs, kids. Earmuffs, kids. We're going into the
Oh,
D.
man.
We're going into the D.
And I've always wanted to see them, and they finally came to town. So they play Grey Eagle Casino, which holds about 2,300.
Yeah.
Sold it out 2 nights in a row.
Right.
One goes on sale, sells out in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, let's put another one on.
Oh, yeah.
It was really good. And they got balls, man. So Jack Black and Kyle Gass, they play acoustic guitars, as you know. That's it. Mm-hmm. But they got a 3-piece behind them.
They do.
Guitar,
Okay.
bass, drums, right?
Right.
And they come out and they do their new album in its entirety. Wall to wall for about an hour. Right?
Awesome.
And they've got animation on the sides and the top. It's like the curtain kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And there's a sheer curtain in front of the band and them. But you can see them.
Right.
But there's a thin curtain there.
Yeah.
For the whole hour.
Really?
Yep. And they're making you listen to their new album. And people, and it's, I have it, but I don't know it. But a lot of people did, right? And it's hilarious. There's animation going on. And it was good. Don't get me wrong. But then the payoff is
I love it.
Jack Black comes busting through this sheer curtain. Now it's time for the second half of the show where we play our hits. Well, the crowd goes from everybody sitting,
Yeah.
everybody, and I mean everybody,
Yeah.
standing and singing every fucking word to every one of these songs. Like, I know their music, but some people know every word. Like, it was crazy. And I also thought, okay, I went with a buddy of mine, and it's just going to be a bunch of guys.
Right.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was guys, girls, young, old. I was shocked. Oh, and they had some production value too. It was really good. I was surprised how good it was.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, great. I missed
Yeah.
it. Too bad for me.
I know.
Fuck. I was wallowing in my rum, you know.
Okay. Here's the part on our show where I'll show you what I got for Christmas.
Oh, good.
Is that all right?
Let's see what Santa brought. Have you been a good boy this year, Randy?
Pretty good, apparently. Even though I bought them for myself.
I could see this. There's some good swag here.
Rolling Stones, Voodoo Lounge, 94 tour. The key is here, uncut.
Okay.
So when they released it the first time, it was 90 minutes. This is 2.5 hours. The
So you get a
actual-
few more songs here.
Just a few. This is the full show. And you get Robert Cray, Bo Diddley's in there, Sheryl Crow comes up.
Cool.
It's a whole deal.
Yeah.
And this stage with it's got the snake with the fire coming out of the snake head.
94,
It's awesome.
you say? Yeah.
The only drag is, of course, you wish everybody would shoot in film before there was HD, but it was too expensive. So it's shot on video, so it's 4:3.
This is?
Yeah. So, but it's it looks good, but it's
Yeah.
4:3.
Right. Yeah, and it just looks odd to your eye, you know.
It does now.
Right.
For sure it does.
Yeah.
It's still worth looking at. And it comes with the CDs for the show too, right? So
Interesting.
yeah, it's awesome.
I'm gonna split up your Santa thing because Mr. Legault here got me this
Yes.
wonderful Rolling Stones Christmas tea. Huh? Thank you, sir. Just a little connection here.
Come
so.
on.
Come on. You got to represent the Stones. They're just too cool.
Who's your buddy?
Too rad. Too rad of a band for too long. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, I'm not sure that's an official shirt or not. I just saw it online and thought, man, I know who has to have that. Me and you. Of course I got one.
You got two. Okay, perfect. This is how we do it.
Are you wearing your Stones Christmas shirt? Fuck.
I love it. When we get together, yeah, it's like, what are you wearing? Okay, not that shirt.
Exactly.
I love it.
Okay, this bad boy.
Yeah.
This is your deluxe reissue of Jimi Hendrix and the Experience Electric Ladyland. So I know. Like, I'm not a buy every remaster guy. Like, man, they release this stuff over and over. But this is particularly cool. It's got a cool documentary on it. But the key is it's got a 5.1 mix on Blu-ray on it, and it sounds incredible. Eddie Kramer just did a wicked job.
Yeah, he was probably so into that process.
Man, that's good.
Because it's the first time they've done anything Hendrix in 5.1.
As far as I know, that's true. Yes.
Huh.
Yep. And certain bands, he would be one that I would say is in this category. Rush has a bunch of 5.1. Pink Floyd. It really adds to the experience because there's so much going on. And it's Jimi just experimenting like crazy, right? Like, it's a killer double album. It's just incredible. If you listen to it today, way before its time.
Right.
Like, you know that. It's just unreal what the guy was doing.
Yeah. I mean, he was such an amazing, gifted player with his own thing that you hear one note, oh, it's Jimi. Yeah, just the whole experience in the stereo field that he was doing back in those days and having fun in the studio.
Right.
Really exploring, like Pink Floyd and other bands that would really dial into that stuff.
Right. And he hated his voice, which I find interesting. Like, he would sing in the studio, nobody could watch it. Like, he would hide behind a screen, like a wall kind of thing.
Yeah.
He hated his voice. I think his voice sounds fucking cool, if you ask me.
I heard that story, but I have a hard time because he was such a showman.
Yeah.
And he got into it, lighting his Strat on fire.
He's shy, Beau.
Yeah, that's a shy guy up there, But you need a balance, right?
Yeah.
You do. Life is definitely about balance, and that's how they found it somehow.
Right.
I mean, drugs helped.
Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah.
And it's everywhere, and it was heavily, in his world, right? But
27 Club, again.
Yeah, tough one, man. But cool.
Yeah,
man.
anyways,
really cool.
it sounds great. I want to talk about the band that released, in my opinion, one of the, I would say, top 5 albums of last year, Slash, featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? Let's talk about the band first before we get into the album.
Yeah, glad to.
We have a pretty solid connection with that band.
We do.
Would you like to go first?
Sure.
Okay. You have the floor.
Okay. Todd Kearns.
Yes.
Plays bass with Slash. Todd and my sister have 2 beautiful girls, and now Cairo and Ripley, they're adults, and it's, he's been around a long time in my family, even though we weren't that connected. Like, my sister and I didn't grow up together. She went with my mom, and my dad raised my older sister and myself, and so I didn't have a brotherly, sisterly relationship with her, but we stayed connected, over the years. And, Todd was around, and from the days of Age of Electric and, early in his career, here he is playing bass with Slash.
Flash way forward. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, massive growth in him as an artist, Todd.
He's a super talented guy.
Super focused and dedicated on his craft and his contributions.
Yeah, he's a presence for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Great record.
I remember around when we first met, I said to you, do you know Todd?
You and I first met?
Yeah. I go, do you know Todd Kearns, who Todd Kearns is? Of course. And you go, yeah. He has 2 kids with my sister. I'm like, what? I was expecting, oh, yeah. Age of Electric? Oh, yeah, like, no, you dropped that bomb. I'm like, okay, I guess you do know him.
Yeah. But we weren't that close.
But still.
It's
I didn't expect to hear that.
There's blood shared, within the family, right?
Yeah.
And now he's with Slash, and so it's great.
Yeah. He really blends well with Miles vocally. Like, it just sounds great.
I think Todd sounds great with anybody.
And more importantly than any of that, he's a Kiss freak. Every time I see him, I've got a Kiss question for him. And he always fucking gets it. And just annoys the shit out of me. Because I dig.
Well, he's got some time to read on the tour bus.
He's good, man. He's good with the trivia, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, my connection to the band is Mr. Brent Fitz, the drummer.
Yeah.
Again, awesome dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, the stories I will tell on this podcast, thanks to him, are just.
Well, he's got a history, man.
Man, this guy, the 14-year-old in me.
Yeah.
Is thanking him for a lot of things.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people through him, and it's just been great.
Yeah.
The connection is my brother's wife and Brent's wife are really good friends.
Right.
So that's how I met him.
Right.
So when I first met him, he was drumming for Vince Neil.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I remember this.
I remember stories you telling me.
Dude.
Glad you're going to be sharing because they're hilarious.
This story fucking haunts me. So he's in town with Vince Neil playing a bar. They're staying at my brother's house. But I goes, I'll come over. And Blair's already been around him quite a bit, but I have never met him.
Right.
Come meet Brent, and yeah, you love music. You guys will hit it off, whatever. So we go there. So I bring my Too Fast for Love Motley Crue on vinyl.
Okay,
right?
great, yeah.
First pressing.
Yeah.
Like, this is original shit, right?
Right.
He goes, man, I go, you think Vince would sign this? He goes, oh yeah, no problem. And he looks at it. I go, what's the deal? He goes, well, Vince told me there's certain things on the album cover you can tell which issue it was. Like if it was a later pressing or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Something to do with his bracelet he's wearing. Because, it's him on the front, right? Just the cross shot.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, this is the real deal. This is like early shit. And I remember buying that album, never heard a note. Just bought it because I thought it looked cool.
Huh.
So I give it to him. We go to the show. It was at Cowboys Bar.
Right.
And I'm thinking, well, hopefully he can sign it in front of me, right? No. He's got to take it on the bus.
Yeah.
So Brent takes it on the bus. To Randy, you rock. Vince Neil. Well, I couldn't have been happier, right?
Yeah.
This is early in the night, right?
Right, okay.
Well, Randy gets hammered. Right?
We're speaking in third person now.
Oh,
okay.
Dude. It was a great show. All the Motley Crue hits. This is before they got back together again and did the massive.
I remember that tour. Yeah,
right. So, long story longer. I leave it in the cab.
Oh, yeah.
Left it in the cab. We were going to another party at some dude's house.
No.
I leave it in the cab. So
I didn't see this coming, man. I really did not. Because I know I haven't seen it.
What cab company was that? Nobody fucking knows. Gone. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Yeah. But I did. So they came around.
Did you redeem yourself?
I did, kind of.
Okay.
They came around again, and I had a Shout at the Devil picture disc.
Right.
He signed
Picture
that.
disc. Remember those?
Oh, man, it's awesome. He signed that, so okay.
Okay.
But yeah,
in front of you?
No. No, Vince didn't do that. Anyhow, so that was our first meeting, and I've known him now for 10 years. And again, every time I go to a Slash gig, he lets us, we go backstage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Slash and Miles are never there, but the conspirators are.
Right.
So Todd and Brent and Frank Sidoris, also from Vegas. And these guys couldn't be nicer. They talk to everybody.
Yeah.
They take pictures with everybody. Till everybody's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, through him, I've met Gene Simmons twice.
Yeah.
I've met Slash.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So I met Slash one time in Medicine Hat. You believe that?
Wow.
Medicine Hat, Alberta. And the reason it happened is because they don't know anybody there, well, especially Slash, right? So it's a super low-key venue. The venue's awesome. It's called the Esplanade. It's like a small auditorium.
It's an auditorium.
Made for
sure.
sound.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sounds amazing.
The gig was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
And Brent goes, okay, I think you can beat the boss tonight. So my brother and I are like, fucking sweet, finally, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no demands on him.
Right.
It's a Medicine Hat.
Right.
So we're in this hallway.
Yeah.
And the dressing room's right across the hall, and I can hear him talking on the phone. And then he hangs up with whoever he's talking to. And he goes, so Brent, are your friends here? He goes, yeah, they're just in the hallway. Bring him in. I walk in first. You know me. I'm not shy. And there he is. Fucking Slash.
You've
right?
hopped into cabs with yeah.
I've hopped into limos.
Limos, sorry.
Members of the
limos.
Scorpions.
Limos.
Yeah. And again, I haven't met a ton of rock stars, but a handful. It's up to them how relaxed you are.
Right.
And immediately, this guy's super chill.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want to be a fucking fanboy idiot. I'm sure he deals with that all the time.
Right.
But because, Brent, he knows we're going to be cool, right?
Right.
Like Brent's told us, well, people start crying. And, like, it's just weird.
Yeah, you want to deal with that? Like, fuck.
I mean, even if you're cool.
Yeah.
It's a stranger meeting a stranger. I mean, it is weird in a way, right?
Yeah.
But he gets it.
Yeah.
I admire what
and there's
he does.
adoration, right? And that's the weird thing to take.
Right. That's right. Especially him. He's a shy guy, and
right.
believe it or not, as
Yeah.
you know. And Oh, this is kind of funny.
Oh, yeah, right.
I had a Slash t-shirt on.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, that's a cool t-shirt. I go, yeah, but you didn't see a nickel from this one because it's one of those bootleggy jobs. He goes, oh, I don't care. I don't care.
You didn't see a nick. Sorry, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. And then I took the photos. Anyway, that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then he ended up later signing, I've got a Slash signature series Les Paul that he signed.
Right.
You know what he won't do? You know his little top hat logo?
Yeah.
He won't do that for free. He signed Slash and put the year underneath.
Yeah.
I go,
okay.
come on, man, how about the top hat? He goes, no.
See, that's
No.
You know what? That's how he knows you're a fan. Because if you go up to him and say, hey, what about the top hat? It's like, fuck.
Yeah. You got to pay
You know
for
what?
that shit.
He smiled and his heart grew, another size because it was just, okay, this is a guy that gets it, Cool.
I love the record. To me, it's a good blend of Apocalyptic Love and World on Fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I love those albums too.
Yeah.
It's a good blend of those two. I think it's the best one so far, which is saying something because I like them all. I mean, I'm not going to say I love every song, but most of it I really like. The riffs are great.
Yeah.
The vocals are great.
Yeah.
The vocal harmonies are great.
Yeah.
Everything about it is good. And Slash, for me, he just gets better. Like his solos are fucking awesome and his riffs. And you know why he gets better? According to Fitz, this guy has got a guitar in his hand all the time.
Yeah.
Like he's noodling on that fucking thing all day long.
Right.
And you gotta love that.
Musically, I love the record.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. He's a tasty player.
Oh.
He plays like him. Back to this, you can identify who's playing guitar moments, guys.
Of course.
Slash is right in there.
Yeah.
And you listen to it going, oh, that's such a simple progression and a great groove. And fuck, you're the first guy to fucking do it. Like, the issue for me, and I don't want to think that everything is going to have an issue.
Right.
But in my heart, I want to hear him with somebody else singing.
So Miles isn't moving you vocally, that's what you're saying.
No, and I think that great guy, and they obviously working together well, and they love what they're doing. And hey, to each his own. I mean, right on, man.
Not everybody loves Vince Neil's voice or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And sonically, there's just something there that's like, man, I don't know. I just in my heart, I'd like to hear it go in another direction.
I get it. Fine. I've talked to people who, I love Megadeth, but I can't stand Mustaine's voice. Like, it can kill it for you. I get it, man.
It's not saying it kills for you.
You got to admit, he's got a 4-octave, like his voice is actually fucking unreal. Like what he does vocally, I'm not saying you have to like his voice, but his actual vocals are amazing.
It's just one of those things, right?
Yeah.
Where you,
like I always say, if you're moved or you're not, you can't force it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But super sounding record, man.
And when they were doing, the other thing that was great about Miles was when they were doing, early on, their first couple tours, when they were doing a lot of GNR and a lot of Velvet Revolver.
Right.
He could do that stuff pretty seamlessly, right?
Right.
Like his range is about the same.
Right.
But now, because I saw him in Phoenix not that long ago, it was all Conspirator songs, except for one, Rocket Queen, where Slash likes to do the long solo.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. They've dumped all the Velvet Revolver and all the GNR pretty much. And I think that's awesome because now they're really their own fucking band.
Right.
Not relying on Night Train.
Okay.
I think this is cool. And he's done this all 3 albums, Conspirator albums. He works into their set during the tour every fucking song on that album.
Awesome.
Who does that?
Tenacious D did it.
Yes, the D did it. But man, that's
in one night.
In one night, yeah.
I mean, they wrote their songs.
Yeah.
They recorded the songs. They're proud of the songs if they're going to throw it out there for the masses to
and
take on. It's like
are digging them. They're not going for a piss break.
No.
That's the difference too, right?
And they all got their own merits, right?
They got something going on.
Yeah. Pick your fave.
Well, I'm easy. I'm a sucker for the full tilt fucking rocker.
So you went with
Mind Your Manners.
Mind Your Manners.
Yeah. It reminds me of World on Fire title track, right? Yeah, that's the song that grabbed me right away, but there's a bunch of rockers on there. And it's a good mix. There's some slower stuff and some more groove-based stuff. It's got it all, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's throw to a little Mind Your Manners. You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's listen to a little bit.
Perfect. Boom.
Tell me,
Well, that kicked ass, no?
Hey man, fan.
Yeah.
Fan.
Yeah.
I just hoping that one day I get to hear him with something other sonically going on that captivated me and
Yes.
and made me see the power, like with him and Axl, you know.
I was just going to say, the word on the street is maybe a new GNR album, so you might get your wish. There you go.
I mean, great record, great
Yeah.
tracks, great production, great everything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you will enjoy this record.
Yeah. I got one little nugget on Miles Kennedy I want to share with you.
Okay.
The first time, I don't know if you're with me or not, first time we saw them early on, that first tour at the Corral, I was with Andrea. I don't know if you and
I wasn't there at that
Okay. Long story short, Andrea goes, I know who that singer is. I go, what do you mean? He was in Rockstar, that Mark Wahlberg movie.
Right.
I go, here's me
Right.
though. I go, because I know everything.
Yeah,
I go,
yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, you went home.
Stop talking. I'm trying to watch the show.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, she's right. At the end of the movie, the guy Wahlberg pulls up onto stage to take his place
Right.
is Miles fucking Kennedy, man.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Like, awesome, right?
I love that show. I
You know
thought it
what?
was
It's a
great.
guilty pleasure for me too, because it's cheesy but good
yeah,
at the same
but
time.
good. And I mean, good songs actually.
But they could have. They should have. I wish they would have gotten a little grittier. That's all. You know where I want to go now? There's no segues in the show, by the way. We just fucking boom, boom. The Grammy nominations came out.
Oh, fuck. I don't care about the
Right?
Grammys, man. Like
I
I
know, but-
just don't even pay attention. I don't watch award shows generally, you know.
I don't watch them anymore, but when the nominations come out, I'm kind of curious, right?
Yeah.
Because hard rock and metal just get marginalized. And
But
they-
it's been that way for so many years now that
Yes,
I
you're right.
really can't. I can't get myself motivated enough to care.
yeah, and I'll watch if there's a token rock band performing, like Foo Fighters or something. I'll check it out.
Right.
But that's just the word token. Like
Yeah.
it's all pop and hip hop,
Yeah.
wall to wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
But you know, they got their rock categories, and I'm sure this is where we're going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so my boys in Greta Van Fleet, they garnered 4.
Your boys, eh?
Yeah.
The boys got some Grammy nods, did they?
Yeah, they got 4,
Okay.
including Best New Artist.
Good times,
Hell
good
yeah.
times. Well, not surprising. I mean, it's all the rage, and one way or the other, it's
And it wasn't even for the new album. It's for the other one, the EP. And I don't want to go down the Greta Van Fleet thing again. We've covered that, but I do have one thing I want to read you. Ready?
okay. Here it is.
Okay. I love Classic Rock Magazine, as you're well aware.
Yeah,
I also love Joe Bonamassa, as you do. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
yeah.
There's an interview with him in here, and they asked the man, are you ready?
Okay,
Do you check out much new music these days?
right.
I'm going to skim, of course. He mentions Marcus King, who we'll talk about in another show.
Okay.
This kid is fucking phenomenal.
Right.
The other band I think has a lot of potential is Greta Van Fleet.
Potential, yeah.
Yeah. I think what they're doing is great. And I think they have the youthful enthusiasm and piss and vinegar that is required. Are they derivative of Led Zeppelin, of the British era of music? Absolutely. Aren't we all? God, I love when my opinion is validated. It's fucking awesome. Ready? It's unfair to criticize them. Period. And they're only 20 years old. Oh, who said that? Oh, I did. Right. Okay, hang on. They could come out with a monster record. Those are the kind of people that I think have potential, at least in the guitar-based community, that will at least draw a crowd and get people excited. Thank you. Good night. I'll be here all week. Be sure to tip your waitress.
Oh my. Oh my. Well, you know, there's gonna be a rebuttal from me probably on the next show because I obviously didn't come prepared for this.
You're supposed to say, Jane, you ignorant slut. Point, counterpoint.
Oh no. Like I said, I'm a fan. I do like them. It's just okay. You want to start there? All right, let's go. One round of Greta Van Fleet this episode.
In your defense, I did.
Okay.
I did spring that on you. So
Right.
go ahead.
So I'm watching the video
When the curtain falls.
when the curtain falls, and I'm watching the video, and then I see the glowing eyes. Okay. Now, if you have not seen "Song Remains the Same," there's a captivating image of Jimmy Page with his eyes glowing, and it was just that kind of vibe, and they put it in their video. It's
an homage.
Please.
It's a tribute.
I can't wait for them to just start doing something.
They will.
Outside of that, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay? We clear?
Okay, we're
Okay,
good.
don't throw Joe Bonamassa in my face.
Oh, I was looking.
I was listening to his Christmas album all...
He's got a Christmas album?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I got to get on that.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have a Christmas album, it seems like? Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Clapton just released one. There you go.
Oh, I know.
Which is very tasty. Okay, on the Grammys again, the thing that struck me looking at, okay, Greta Van Fleet, four nominations. Okay, great. Best metal category is always a weird one for me. Because the Grammys are so clueless. Like, they'll nominate, and I love Motorhead, but they'll nominate Motorhead when they're doing a cover of a Metallica song.
Right.
Like that kind of, they just have,
Right.
It's not that they don't care. They honestly, I think they're older in that voting world. They have no fucking clue. But what I noticed about the metal category is I didn't know any of these bands. Was there 5 of them? I knew none of them. Not one. And I thought, should I know who these people are?
But I find the metal now is just a different type of metal.
Well, this is it.
Right.
I sampled some. Not my thing.
Right.
Either the vocal is too, which I'm not into at all.
Yeah.
Or it's completely devoid of blues.
Yeah, it's super saturated type of sound. And,
Yes.
Right? It doesn't
Yes.
have that organic realm to it. It's really heavily processed, you know.
That's saturated. That's a good word.
Yeah.
That's exactly
That's what I
it
feel
is.
when I hear it, but
Yeah.
my ears don't like it.
And they
you know, it's not pleasing to the ear.
They all kind of sound the same.
Yeah.
It's like a wash of this new sound. And for me, when you back the clock up, the differences in bands is greater. I think. Like, if you
Now?
look at the 70s, if you back the clock up,
Yeah.
they get more different and more, like,
Right.
Zeppelin was nothing like Floyd. It was nothing like Hendrix.
Yeah.
This, now, it's so homogenized.
Yeah.
Holy
and you
shit.
get it. Somebody's got a sound, and then some people start to dial in on that sound. Okay, I'm going to do that sound too, but I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, everybody loves to hammer on Nickelback, and it's exactly what happened. They come out, and then all of a sudden there's 17 bands that sound like them, you know. And
This is the grumpy old man part of the program.
right, sorry.
But
We're
I mean,
going down
I'm,
this road.
and
but
I'm looking for new metal and new bands to like, and nothing against these bands. They're drawing people. It just doesn't speak to me like you like to say. It doesn't move me, man.
No. Yeah, I'm not connected.
No
And-
goosebumps going on.
Yeah. You know, I checked out some of the best rock songs on the Grammys, and
Okay.
yeah, it's not rock. Rock has got a way.
You're
Rock is-
defining rock. Let's hear
Well,
it.
you can't. That's the thing, because it's gone from a blues-based kind of thing to really different areas. And there is one rock song on there. Well, there's 2.
Can I guess?
In business here, yeah.
Greta Van Fleet.
That's one, yeah.
21 Pilots, who I'm not familiar with. You?
Yeah, but that's not one of the
No,
songs.
I know,
yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
asking
yeah.
what you thought
Yeah,
about that.
I mean, not on my radar that
Again,
much.
Bring Me the Horizon.
No
I've
idea.
never heard of that.
No idea.
And that doesn't mean it's not good.
No, but
It
but
pisses
when
me
you,
off
But
that I
when you
don't know what
listen
it
to
is.
these songs, it's not rock either, or not the rock that
Right.
I associate with, and probably a lot of people would.
St. Vincent? Didn't know who that was either.
No,
Ghost.
knew of them.
This is a band I
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
They have this thing going on.
They really do.
They do, and they
Yeah.
have a visual thing going on, and
And a different sound. Like, you can say there's a little Blue Oyster Cult in there. You can say there's a little,
a Blue Oyster Cult. That's an interesting reference, but,
right?
Yeah,
But it's still, they're doing something different. Visually, sonically, everything.
which totally respond
Right?
to when you hear it. I get that.
Do you remember what you thought when you first saw them? Their whole look? Did you have any thoughts about that? The whole satanic thing? The masks and all that?
I'm not a fan of that, but I was just basing the song on like
It's a great gimmick, though. But what I thought of was, remember Eyes Wide Shut?
the film.
Yeah. Remember when Tom
Yeah.
Cruise is at
Yeah.
that sex party and
Is
everybody's
that
got,
Kidman in with them? With
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Okay, another one.
everybody's got those masks on? That's what I thought of. It's kind of
Right.
like that
Yeah.
weird,
Yeah.
the ghouls, they're called, the ghouls. But if you're him, who's basically the mastermind of the whole band,
Right.
you can replace members all you want because nobody knows who the fuck they are.
Right. Back to the replacements.
Right?
Perfect.
I
Yeah.
think he had a girl on guitar at one point and like, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh? Because he's the guy. Like
He's the guy, and he keeps changing his face and stuff, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
Well, at the beginning,
And he's got a voice that I like listening to. Like I like hearing it.
it's odd, like it's different.
It is,
Right?
but it's pleasing.
Oh,
somehow,
totally.
You know, especially with the style of music they play, and it's hooky and it's
Yes.
good. Check it out.
Alice in Chains up for best rock album. That's a good album.
Thankfully, that band is getting some more attention. I think I saw him throw out the Cantrell threw out the first pitch at a baseball game this summer. It was hilarious. Just watching him up there.
Really?
Yeah, it's Seattle.
Of course, that's where he
He was
lives,
married,
yeah. He's got the hair back, I see.
Yes, I'm
Because
trying to remember it now.
He
'cause it was
chopped
this
it all
summer,
off
but-
a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, just an interesting cat,
Yeah.
and lived a life, and great band.
And I'm happy that they transcended the Lane, Lane passing away.
Right.
I think, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
No, because Jerry's such a big part of that band, and
Yes, and vocally, he did a lot of it too, right?
he was a part of
Yeah.
all of that.
And William Duvall, I believe his name is, the new guy. Well, not new anymore, but replaced Lane.
Right.
He's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool that they got it together and did what they're doing.
Oh, good for them. That's a
Yeah, I
band
agree.
that I'm happy to see in that category.
Yes. Do you see, kind of on this line, do you see Soundgarden? I don't see it going on without Chris. Like, I don't.
No, there's no way.
There's no way.
Probably in my opinion, the latest, greatest rock singer.
Of that generation, no question.
And
No question.
exactly from the later period of rock, where I still think rock was rock.
I agree.
He was a monster voice. Like, what did I hear this weekend? I was listening to him do a cover of "Nothing Compares to You."
Oh,
the
yeah.
Prince tune.
Yeah.
Does it acoustically in this little studio. And
See these right here? These goosebumps right here?
yeah, when I said it, that's
I'm
what
not
happens.
even hearing it. You're saying it.
I know. So,
I mean,
so good. And it's
Yeah.
so good just listen. Okay, do it in this order because it's perfect. Listen to it on its own, just with headphones. Don't watch the video. And then watch
Right.
the video. And then you just see him and what's going on and how cool that is.
Yeah.
Kind of off the floor
Yeah.
vibe, right?
Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you.
this guy could sing the fucking phone book and it would
Wow.
be, right?
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's really too bad what happened there. But yeah. And when you think about the 90s, yeah, there's the big four grunge bands, but man, the 90s were full of awesome music.
Mm-hmm.
Chili Peppers, Primus, Faith No More.
Yeah.
Like, that was a long time ago. Wow.
And there was a lot of great music around.
really was.
Now we got to go find it, and
You got to dig a little
you
harder.
got to dig a
yeah.
little harder.
A lot harder.
And the presentation that comes out is like, I don't know, man. Let's get into it.
Yes, okay, well, here's the deal.
Why we topped up?
The Grammys are clueless when it comes to hard rock and metal. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame isn't. They just don't like it. That's the fucking difference. They know better. They still marginalize it.
Let's start with who's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They were just announced.
Def Leppard
Right.
should be in.
Should be in, clearly.
Whether now or later,
Right.
but they should be in.
Right. They're in. And good.
Yeah. We'll go back. But Janet
Okay.
Jackson,
This is
how do you define rock and roll?
like I'm saying, the scope is much bigger.
Radiohead?
Now,
Not my cup of tea, but I get it.
yeah, but what they did, and like I think on an earlier podcast, I talked about how their song structures and stuff like
Yep.
that were. I mean, there's a super talent there, and they captivated the world. I get
bet.
it. Yeah,
It's just not my thing, but
no,
I get it.
but I get it. But it's still rock
yeah, no question.
in some way. Yeah,
Roxy Music, I know 2 songs, so I'm not the guy to comment
yeah.
on
I never got caught up in that
Avalon.
world.
Love is a Drug,
Yeah.
love that song. That's about it. So I really can't go off on that one. Stevie Nicks, sure.
Sure, come
You
on.
know what? She's the
Come on.
only woman to be a double inductee. So good for her. Fleetwood Mac.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a bunch of guys who are doubles, right?
Yeah.
Jeff Beck,
Yeah.
Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, 3 times for Eric.
Yeah.
Cream, Yardbirds, and Soul.
Yeah, yeah.
Lou Reed, Peter Gabriel, Beatles, Paul Simon, blah, blah, Rod Stewart. Yeah. So
Yeah.
she's in elite company there.
Great.
Good for her. I'm a fan.
Hey,
Maybe some of that 80s stuff is a little shaky, but I'm a fan. The Cure. Again, they're a greatest hits band for me. I like their hits, but that's enough for me. Like I'm not immersed in it. I don't know about you, but
I just think culturally they were just a huge moment in time.
I was too much of a metalhead.
Right.
His hair was cool.
Right.
And the lipstick, come on.
And they were also not like on that Thompson Twins kind
No,
of
no. They were
era.
darker.
They were darker. And I could see the connection.
Yeah. And the Zombies. Fine. I don't know a lot about the Zombies.
Yeah, yeah.
I know a couple other tunes, but yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, Def Leppard getting it was the big one, right?
But still, as a rock guy, there's some serious omissions. And why is that? And what makes up the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? That dictates who gets in and who gets out. Let's go there.
Okay.
Based on who's in this year.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert on it, but it started off as it started by Jan Werner from Rolling Stone. It's a small group of people.
Right.
And it had a bit of an elitist vibe, right? You should like this.
Right.
And they say, and I kind of get this, like the quote, let me just do some quotes here. First off, your first record has to come out 25 years previous to your nomination.
Understand.
Fine.
Yeah.
Unlike baseball, football, basketball, or hockey, stats are irrelevant.
Yeah.
So gold records, #1 hits, million sellers are really not appropriate standards. But how can they not be in there on some level? They have to be. Like if a band is gigantic, you got to take notice. I think it's
Sure.
I think it's part of it, but it shouldn't be everything.
That's right.
Just because you're
Yeah.
selling a million records.
Okay, a lot of award
Milli
shows, it's
Vanilli-
all about the stats,
Milli
right?
Vanilli would be in there.
Yeah.
Criteria include the influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And significance of the artist's contribution to the development and perpetuation of rock and roll. So that makes me wonder why Kiss wasn't in way before they were.
There's four glaring omissions for me.
Way more than that. Go ahead. What do you
40 glaring omissions. Okay. The ones that aren't in that I think should have trumped anybody that's
Give me
on
your
this
top
list.
5.
Okay, I'm going to give you my top 5. I'm going to say Judas Priest.
Correct.
Iron Maiden.
Correct.
Motorhead.
Yep.
STP. And Soundgarden.
See, that's too soon for me. There's way more before those guys. If you're I know you can't go completely chronological, but man, how about Ted Nugent? And I know he won't get in because of his political beliefs, but that's bullshit. I don't agree with him. You just happen to know what his beliefs are. You just happen to know what he thinks. A lot of bands, Kiss would be one.
Yeah.
Gene and Paul don't talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why. It's divisive. Nobody wants to hear it. I get it. Ted doesn't get it. He should still be in. He's a monster guitar player.
And of the time, he was
Oh,
everything
come on.
that you heard cranking from Impalas to...
He is rock and roll. Like,
For
give
sure.
me a break.
For sure.
How about the Scorpions?
Yeah.
In. Right?
Yeah.
Foreigner. In.
Yeah.
Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
Bad Company.
Yeah.
Is Paul Rogers? I don't think Free's in either. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but Paul Rogers not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Give me a fucking break.
Right. That vocal is just undeniable.
And Motley Crue's got to get in eventually. Ozzy should get in as a solo artist.
Ozzy should get in as a solo artist too, for sure.
T-Rex, Pat Benatar, Peter Frampton, Johnny Winter, Boston.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Doobie Brothers.
There's too many. Okay. Throw the sheets away.
Right?
Yeah. They're all great bands, and they all hopefully will get in. It feels like it's too long for the top 2 for me. And that's
You're
Priest
right.
and Maiden.
Yeah.
Too long.
And what happens is these dudes start dying. Deep Purple gets in. John Lord's passed away. Motorhead's going to get in. Lemmy's long gone.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Right.
Let them appreciate it.
And how many years was the first Motorhead record to now? It is excruciatingly long.
Well, here's what I like about
Same with
Metallica.
Priest.
Metallica gets in. First time.
Yeah.
Awesome, right? What do? In the press conference? Okay, this is all great. Here's who should be in.
Yeah.
Deep Purple, who weren't at the time.
Right.
Lars made that happen.
Right.
Deep Purple, Motorhead, Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
They rattled them off. Let's go.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you get in, you
Yeah.
get a vote.
Yeah.
Then you can put some pressure on,
Right.
But I mean, it's just, oh, man, it's a bit of a joke.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, it's a joke and people complain about it, but they show up and get their stuff and go, hey, thanks. And it's an honor. Like,
Did you see Steve Miller's?
I did.
You did, eh? Okay, there's some great moments in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Yeah,
and this is where
that was good.
Okay, there's a couple for me. I'm gonna my top 2 moments recent that I can remember, watching
Yes.
with the Hall of Fame inductions because I do like to watch it.
Of course.
I PVR and watch it.
Whether you're yelling at the screen,
that's right,
or cheering,
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
There's some good stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
Most recently with Steve Miller and his little talk afterwards was interesting. And it becomes heavily politicized as this conversation is.
Yeah. He took his moment.
And so did Alex Lifeson with his acceptance speech.
The blah, blah.
The blah, blah.
That was fantastic.
Fantastic. That's just speaking to what we're talking about here about how it doesn't make sense in a lot of ways.
Do you know much about the Steve Miller rant? Like, the thing I remember is it's the fucking money, hey? So he's an inductee.
He had to buy tickets.
At a table, he gets a ticket. His wife gets a ticket for free. Anybody else, if you want to bring your fucking son, $10,000 or something insane.
Right.
He's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him.
Right.
It should all be free.
If you are nominated, you get a table and you bring us the people you want. I understand limited to 10 or whatever, but
yes.
But still,
they're making money off that. Like,
yeah, you are getting the award of why these
Right.
awards are even in existence.
I was shocked when I heard that.
Yeah,
because I know they sell.
But
tickets
he called it out. But he called it out.
Yeah,
and that spoke to anybody that was paying attention.
Let's go back to Maiden. Here's why they might not get in. This is a Bruce Dickinson quote from this week, or the past couple weeks. It's new. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Rock and roll does not belong in a mausoleum. It's a living, breathing thing. And if you put it in a museum, then it's dead.
Right on.
It's worse than horrible. It's vulgar.
Wow.
Yeah. So what's going to bug me is if they do get in and Bruce shows up.
He won't.
He won't.
No.
I know.
There's no way.
But that's what's sad, right? If they did it properly, he wouldn't be saying that.
This is entertaining to me because it's like it's celebration of something I hold dear.
Fans
and I want more to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the conundrum, right?
The band usually doesn't care as much as the fans do about getting that band in. Mm-hmm. And I think, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think what we're beating around the bush about here is how do you give an award for or qualify art?
Well, this is what...
Right? You can look at a painting and one guy goes, that's beautiful. And the next guy goes, fuck, it looks like I could do that in my garage.
Didn't Chrissy Hynde talk about this when she was...
Yeah, but what bugs me about that is she showed up and got hers, right? That's what I don't like. If you're going to bitch that hard about it, don't show up.
But she
go, thank you. You can't do both.
But
sorry.
But here's...
What's the but?
The but is like you said, this award is for the fans. And so what...
So she begrudgingly went for the fans? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I would say that some of them would. I don't know.
Right.
Some of them will. They will go to there begrudgingly and go like us and think,
yep,
whatever.
I can wrap my head around that.
Right?
Kiss kind of did that.
I was just going to lead down to Kiss for the first time in our conversation tonight, which is weird.
Oh, you know it's coming. Every
Kiss
time
will
it's
be
coming.
here. But here it is. And that was my point, was that they've said that from day one. The only reason they're doing this.
Rolling Stone hates Kiss.
And they do.
Right?
It took them forever
I don't know if
to
it's Yan, but somebody on that high up on that board said Kiss will get in over my dead body. That's the kind of hatred. Mm-hmm. And I just don't understand that.
I don't understand it because it inspired so many.
Can't you step back from your own hatred of... How do you hate a band that much? I don't understand either. Again, let's just keep going with what we don't like until we get to what we like. But what I don't like as well as who's in it and who's not is when the band gets in, who's in it and who isn't. Not every band is, okay, here's our band members and they've never changed.
Right.
Who gets in?
Right.
So Kiss, original 4, yep, perfect. Maybe Eric Carr, maybe.
No.
Maybe. I could have lived with that one. After that, no. And you know why? here's what my opinion is. If you're in the band, what you're doing at that time, is that Hall of Fame worthy? Yes or no? 80s Kiss? No.
That's what I mean. I think that.
Sorry, Bruce Kulick.
Yeah.
Sorry, well, Eric Carr was with makeup, so that's why I can let that one slide. Sorry, Eric Singer. Like, if you join a band that's already well established and you're now playing their back catalog, you don't get in.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Motorhead as far as members go. So obviously the Three Amigos, they get in. Fast Eddie Clark, Filthy Animal, of course. And Mickey D, yes. Phil Campbell, yes. But there's been a couple other guitar players. The guy from Thin Lizzy and Wurzel, this other guy. I don't know, where do you draw the line? Like, what's getting you there? Is it the albums you made with those guys? Probably not, right?
No.
That's where I'm at.
No, I think that you have a brand and an identity and a sonic structure that you've created over a certain amount of time.
Right.
Like Kiss, for me, where to me it was the original members. And that was it.
It's a no-brainer,
That
I
was
think.
it for me. That's Kiss.
So what's Tommy Thayer getting in for? Because Gene and Paul thought they should have gone in. So was he getting in for Sonic Boom and Monster?
Right.
No.
See, this is my point.
Absolutely not. But you know who's in? And I don't want to pick on this guy. I'm just going to use him as an example because I think he's a great bass player.
Yeah.
I've liked him in Ozzy. I've liked him in Jerry Cantrell. I've liked him in Infectious Grooves. But Robert Trujillo should not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because he won the fucking Metallica lottery.
Yeah.
He should not be in there. Lemmy's not in there, and Robert Trujillo is
Yeah.
insane. Now, if you're my buddy John Garner, hey, John, he would say...
Hey, John, how you doing, buddy?
He would say, well, let's eliminate all that. Everybody gets in. Everybody that's ever been in the
Ever
band.
associated to that band.
I can't do it.
No.
That means Gary Sharon's in for Van Halen.
Yeah.
That means Ripper Owens is in when Priest gets in.
Yeah.
That means Blaze Bailey's in when Iron Maiden gets in.
Yeah.
No. Call me. I know who gets in.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who gets in.
Okay, I'm going to post Randy's phone number on the...
Deep Purple's another one who got it right.
Yeah.
The Mach 2 lineup.
Yeah.
Add Coverdale.
Yeah.
Add Hughes. Done.
Yeah, finished.
But they did put Rod Evans, the first singer, in, which I thought, really? He's in there for singing Hush? Come on.
That was...
fine.
Yeah.
But you don't put Tommy Bolin in. You don't put Joe Lynn fucking Turner in.
Right.
They were pissed off because Don Airey, who replaced John Lord, who's been in the band, and Steve Morse, who's an incredible player, who replaced Richie. He's been in the band the longest of any guitar player, 20 years or something. But again, they're not there because of Bananas and Perpendicular or those albums. They're not.
Right. I agree. We're on the same fence.
I know. I'm just venting.
I know. They're joining a force that was already a force.
Right? Like,
they
am
were
I
already
being
a
too
force.
strict and too...
No.
Let's talk about Maiden then.
Sure.
So Di'Anno in? What?
No,
Yeah.
Di'Anno, sorry,
in.
the first singer.
Shit, I was hoping...
No,
I was hoping we'd get into
because
it
he was
then.
the original band. Like, that's where it started.
I mean, those two albums, are you kidding me? Yeah.
You got to have that part of it.
Okay.
But
so Di'Anno's in, yes? What about
totally.
Dennis Stratton, who's on album number 1 as a guitar player? Does he get in?
I think, okay.
I'm saying no.
Okay.
One album? No way. Did he really make that big an impact? Come on. Scott Travis, drummer for Judas Priest. Been their drummer? 20 years, I'm guessing. Like, maybe longer.
Yeah.
Came in at Painkiller. Does he get in? That wouldn't bother me, that one. I don't know why. It wouldn't bother me.
See, this is where it gets crazy. And
It
I think
does.
you have to leave it up to the band. And
You want Andy Sneap to get in because you look like him.
I'm so rock and roll.
Okay.
I got some fucking awesome hair going tonight.
Does Richie Faulkner get in?
Sorry.
No.
Right? Okay, so this is why I think you leave it up to the band.
Okay.
Where the band is now.
Well, the band's not in charge of that, though. No.
Right.
They're not.
Right.
Otherwise, Kiss.
This is what
Kiss
sucks.
was pissed off. Here's why Kiss did not play it. They didn't play at the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Because of that.
Because they wanted their guys there, and it's tough.
It's complicated.
It's very complicated.
In fact, it's almost the band member thing.
But no one should be paying for a fucking table if you're nominated. That's
the
at
band
end
member
of the
thing's
day.
almost more complicated than which band gets in. Really, when you really get down to it. I want to talk about Def Leppard getting in. This is a band I love, but I have a qualifier, of course. I love the first 3 albums. On Through the Night, this one,
Yeah.
High
Love
and
it
Dry,
too.
and Pyromania.
Yeah.
Hysteria, because I was such a fan at the time, I bought in and I had it and I liked it.
Yeah.
It doesn't age well for me. The production is too glossy. It's way through the roof. And
Well, that's what happened, right? Like,
oh,
they
man.
came out with this.
I mean, you have 82 guitar tracks on one fucking song.
They became a pop rock band at that
And
point.
it was huge. I just say for me, it got a little too glossy. And Joe Elliott, when he talks about On Through the Night, the first album,
Right.
he goes, he hates it. And I'm like, man, I would rather listen to that album than Hysteria every day of the week.
Right.
Like fucking Rick Allen was 15 when they recorded that album, man. 15 on drums.
Yeah. And it's such a sad fucking thing that happened.
Well,
right?
I like to say I like Def Leppard when the drummer had 2 arms. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. Because what happened was, you can't forget this either. So there's that horrible accident where he loses his arm. Well, I'm not done. And the band's like, what the fuck? So they develop that electronic kit.
Amazing.
He does what he does with his left arm, with his left foot, right?
Yeah.
Changes the sound of the band. When you have an electronic drum kit, it's not going to sound like an analog kit
Right.
with a regular drummer. It's just not. So it changed the sound of the band, man, and that's when it.
But it changed prior to that anyways, because it was already going in that direction of that overproduced thing. So that made that transition pretty seamless. It would have been different
dude,
if it was.
that drum kit is completely synthetic and electronic. You know that.
I know that,
That's
but,
not- that's not
but
gonna
I'm
sound
saying they
like-
were becoming a produced band when that happened.
True, but I don't think it would have been as much. The drum sound would not.
No,
have
but
been
it was.
that.
It was. It. My point is. My point is this:
wouldn't
is
have
that
got that.
they were going in that direction, somewhat in a process sound.
Sure.
And so it made it so it wasn't a dynamic of a change. Like they were already kind of there.
I guess, but Pyromania and Hysteria don't sound enough alike for me. Like Pyromania, I love.
Right.
Hysteria, I don't. So
Right.
there's something going on there.
For sure. But I got to say this. The commitment to the band was paramount.
Oh
And
man, the shit they've been through.
the importance of that whole thing was, how are we going to do it so that you and I and my brothers here can play music together like we wanted
it was,
to?
yeah.
That to me is at the heart of it.
Yeah.
And if I have to deal with an over-processed drum sound, but have the guys together,
Well, first you got Pete Willis, who gets kicked out of the band because he couldn't handle the booze.
Right.
Which is saying something in Def Leppard. Then
Right.
you got a guy who loses his arm.
Yeah.
Then you got a guy who dies.
Yeah.
Then you got a guy who has cancer, Vivian
Right.
Campbell, who
Right.
replaced Steve. Like they've been through some awful,
Yeah.
awful things.
but there's a guy like is Vivian getting in?
Well, I think he should. Even though, see, I'm contradicting myself. I know.
See, I don't think so. Def Leppard
You know,
did
well-
everything on a global scale well before Vivian. Vivian came in because he's Vivian.
Going my rules, he shouldn't. So he's just playing their back catalog. Yeah, they're not getting in for Slang and
No.
what are those other albums.
my point.
Yeah.
But
I don't,
they are.
That one doesn't bug me as much.
But
for
they are bringing Vivian.
Oh, I would assume so.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know that for sure, but I would assume so.
Okay.
That one doesn't bug me for some reason. But you're right. Going by my rules, he shouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete Willis. I wonder if he'll get in because he's only on the first 2 albums. I hope he does.
I hope so too, because
'Cause he was
those are the two for me.
Like the guitar was as big as he was,
Oh.
little guy.
Those two for me were that worked for me at the time.
Oh man, when I saw that video for Let It Go, that's the first time I saw them. I was into them at High and Dry, not Pyromania.
Make you move. You might be.
Phil Collins is an amazing guitar player. Holy shit.
I put Phil in there.
I just wanted to put a shirt on.
Yeah.
I get it. You're old and you're ripped.
What is it with him and Duff and these guys? And Billy. It's just
Duff isn't as greasy
Iggy,
though.
Iggy.
Phil Collins greased up and put a shirt on, man. But yeah, I'm glad they're getting in. I love the band. They were the first rock band that I can remember. I'm sure they were the first to play in the round. So they're in the middle of the Saddle Dome.
Right.
Now it's commonplace. Metallica does it.
Yeah.
and
I love that thought about who is going to see us and how are they going to see us.
And that's more work for the band, obviously, because you got to work that
Right.
fucking stage,
But
right?
this, and in today's day and age, where you're not selling records and you're people are streaming and you're not getting paid for it. You got to live on the live experience. True. And but you know what? Make it so that everybody enjoys the show as much as possible. And if you could do that more within the round,
it becomes a different stage show, and you got to be big enough to sell it around too.
Right. But even
like
if you did it less.
Iron Maiden's never going to do that because their stage show belongs at the end. It just depends, right? Mm-hmm. But they were the first rock band that really did that. And man, it was cool.
Yeah.
That whole round curtain drops.
Yeah.
And boom, it's on. And
yeah, it's just nice, man.
It was really cool.
It feels very inclusive.
Yeah. Well, there's 4 front rows.
Exactly. You get more people get that experience that they walk away from going, oh, they were in my living room. That's pretty cool.
And what was cool too, I read Phil Collins' book, and they had chicks underneath that stage in the middle.
Right.
But during solos, everything you can imagine was going on under there, hey? Like it was just...
It was cray-cray on the Ray. You know? it was definitely...
Oh, yeah. Those boys were getting it done, man. Young, good-looking dudes in the biggest rock band in the world. They were getting it done.
Different cities, and it didn't matter.
Yeah. And they're I don't know any other rock band who's got 2, I believe it's Diamond albums. So Pyromania and Hysteria, over 10 mil a piece, hey?
I mean, come on. When
holy
Photograph
shit.
was all over the radio.
Hey, dude, I remember wearing that sleeveless Union Jack fucking T-shirt because I saw that tour at Pyromania.
It took over the world, man.
Oh, I wore that T-shirt.
And, man. Great production, great musicianship.
Oh, yeah.
Great songs.
And dig this. I remember talking to Fitz about this. Slash and the boys were on a festival with Def Leppard somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
And I go, come on, those vocals. They got to be, some of those got to be canned.
Yeah.
He goes, nope. That shit is real.
Yeah.
Those guys harmonize and sing that well. I go, come on. He goes,
I believe it.
I'm like, that's incredible. That's awesome, right?
I remember Sirius XM radio was broadcasting a Def Leppard live event.
Okay.
There was some moments where the vocals were like, ouch, you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
But we knew, guess what? They're not mailing it in.
That's right.
They're not mailing it in and having this kind of safe situation.
Right.
They're from here.
Yeah.
At no point, and they're just breathing off the rows that they can see and knowing that there's a bunch of fans out there going,
right.
Give me the goods.
But you'd think a band that's that produced, it's not that big a leap to think that they would fake some of that, right?
Understand, but
you know what I mean?
Hey,
so I think it's cool that they don't.
That's where the power comes from.
Because those vocals are so good and so over the top. You think, man, how are they going to replicate that live?
And it's tough, and it's tough, and there's some train wrecks for sure.
Yeah,
but I appreciate the effort more than I do the perfect pitch.
Now you mentioned moments you liked. I'm going to rattle off a couple. And
go.
I'm sure you'll know what these are.
Yes, okay, go.
Tom Morello's Kiss induction speech.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite I've seen. It was so good. Oh man, and Dave Grohl and Hawkins.
See how this puts a smile on my face?
Oh,
talking about this.
Right.
This is the shit.
We've been dogging it. Let's talk about the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So Dave Grohl and Hawkins inducting Rush. That was great.
Perfect.
Speech was great.
Yeah.
Then they put the fucking robes and wigs on. And the other third guy was their producer, whose name escapes me. Anyway, they do the 2112 fucking overture, well, bit of it anyway. Yeah. And then
enough of it that it was like, wow.
It was so great.
Yeah.
And then Alex and Geddy end up joining him at the end. I mean, that was wicked.
I wasn't right on when Rush came out. Like, I wasn't old enough.
What was your gateway into that? Remember?
Moving Pictures.
Okay.
For sure.
I was a little earlier. Somebody played me Circumstances off Hemispheres.
Right.
I'm like, whoa, this is cool.
Yeah. No, it was definitely Moving Pictures.
Right.
But that record.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could listen to that. That's a Desert Island record in a lot of ways.
So that'd be your favorite Rush album? Would be Moving Pictures? You think?
I don't know.
Man, that's a tough one. Hey,
that's a tough.
Your favorite. If you had to pick one,
I'm saying that's my first kind of.
No, I get it, but picking a favorite, like one, if you could only have one, that would be tough.
Right. And they have so many records. I mean, they went down some paths that I wasn't too keen on. Time Stand Still, Business, and all that.
Oh, I did not enjoy that.
No. It hurt a little bit deep inside.
Alex didn't like it. No, where's the guitar in this fucking album?
Right. Well, you got to press this pedal to get that tone, son. You know.
Okay, I got another one for
Okay,
you.
go.
Because we could talk about Rush all
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
night.
yeah.
Prince gets in.
Yeah,
George Harrison gets in. It was that year.
yeah.
So on stage, you got Tom Petty singing. You got George Harrison's son. You got Jeff Lynne, and you got Prince. That was the bulk of it. Doing My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Yeah.
And Prince fucking tore it up on guitar.
Oh, I know.
You will never see a better guitar solo in your fucking life. Like, it was so badass. He fucking throws his guitar into the air. It seemingly doesn't come down. Yeah. Like, you don't see where it goes, and he walks off.
Yeah.
It was just, like, I fucking love Prince, as you know. This guy is just badass. I don't think a lot of people realize how good he was on guitar.
And he was so good, and he had this just so the phrasing that he would do was just so sweet and perfect for what he was doing.
And effortless.
Right.
Like, he's just, like, toying with it.
Like, when I saw him, and I remember our band covered this because he did a version of Crimson and Clover
That's right.
meets Wild Thing.
That's right.
So, of course, our band, the way he did it, we wanted to cover it, and we just wanted to stay true to what they did.
But he's messing with it, so
But he messed with it, so we didn't. We love what he did,
Exactly.
so we did it the way he was doing it. And
I heard you do it. You guys did a good job. Yeah.
and it was, it's just tasteful. He's like, he is a tasty player. If I could pigeonhole his guitar playing in a way that encompassed everything that I thought was the magic in him.
Right.
He was just so bloody tasty. His tone, his phrasing, all of it.
I mean,
was
here's a good problem to have. The reason your average person doesn't realize how good he was on guitar, it's because he's so good at everything else.
Yeah.
The songs, the dancing, the singing, piano.
Yeah.
How many guys walk into a studio by themselves, come out with a kick-ass album? Lenny Kravitz, maybe Phil Collins. I mean, it's not even a handful of people can do that. No. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, that one. And this is one of my personal favorites. So Jeff Beck gets in as a solo artist. Okay?
Yeah.
Metallica gets in. It was that year. So here's who's on stage for Train Kept It Rollin'. Flea.
Yeah.
Ron Wood.
Yeah.
Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
Metallica.
Yeah.
Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
Joe Perry.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what?
Yeah. When are you going to get all those guys together? You know what I mean?
This was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they're all taking turns soloing. And the shitty part for all the guitar players was Jeff went first.
Right.
So he fucking, I'm getting goosebumps. Look at that. Full. He fucking rips it up.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Page, the look on his face is like, I'm out. Like, he didn't even take a turn. Yeah. He's like, how the fuck do I follow that?
I love it. Jeff Beck. I mean, this is the guitar community knows this, that don't even bother.
Well, see, this says Beck right here.
Yeah.
One of my kids is named after him.
I love it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just comedy. But the performance, it was so cool. And James Hetfield and the boys were just in their glory, right?
To have that on the stage at the same time, celebrating that.
Yes. And Jason Newsted was on stage too, which is cool, right? Because he got in, which he should.
Yes.
Unlike the other guy.
There's people that are in that will disagree with. There's people that are.
You're never going to please everybody.
You're not going to. But
man, they could try a little harder in the rock world, though.
They could
Come on.
by what the quotations Rock Hall of Fame.
Can't we just all get along?
Yeah. Totally. Well, I think this is a good place to end it here, man.
Yeah, indeed. Hang on.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Very good. Beer, rum, and rock and roll. Glad you're tuning in, and look forward to the next one.
Thanks for checking us out.
Peace out.
Later.